A historic tour here in Sri Lanka. New Zealand under 85 kilogram side taking on Sri Lanka Rugby here at Nitawala. It's going to be a cracker-lacking affair here as we ready to welcome the Kiwis down here in Sri Lanka. It has been long time in the making.
Welcome back to live pictures from the Nitawala Stadium as the crowd has just been G'd up to welcome the two teams. The Silver Fern has been awarded to this New Zealand under 85 representative team, and it's a New Zealand-Sri Lankan combination. Also in the commentary box, Sudarshana Pires joining me with Scotty Stevenson and plenty of All Black shirts in the crowd as well. But the Kamate will be led by Jared Percival's team. Got a few Maori boys in this lineup as well, so we'll be interesting to see who leads it. A rousing reception for the haka, led by Jamie Petford there. And it was an outstanding rendition, I have to say. It didn't look like they had a lot of time to practice it, but my goodness, they would have been performing it as kids, these under 85 lads coming through.
When they set up a maul, get a jumper up, try and disrupt it before it starts.
It's just 5 men, and Tyler Koenig is the go-to man once again, and they've got the drive on. Of course, Gellert, the vice-captain, tries to reach, has to lay it back, but now it's available, and straight through goes Pasia Asiata. And the big number 8 from the Poneki club manages to touch down, plays his rugby in Wellington. He's one of the highest pedigreed players in this New Zealand under 85 team.
Scream for defense to fan out, but it was too little too late.
Beautiful kick by Jared Percival there, making sure he adds the extra points.
The backs were being on the move. They looked dangerous, but they were up to go to Bandara, setting it up.
As you know, Sudarshana, Sri Lanka without their first choice line out forward, Adisha Veeratunga. As Sri Lanka break away and make a few yards. The ball is on the floor now, and they'll pick and go. This is where the superior body weight of the Sri Lankan pack. The only limitation, oh well, it doesn't matter as Pasi Asiata's broken away. Is he looking for his second try? He is, but he won't get 80 meters to score it. And Pasadu Bandara goes back.
Backwards.
And the young fullback is absolutely hammered by Jared Percival. And well done by Callum Nimmo to get there. The hooker made a few yards as Megson throws a long ball out, and it's beautifully run onto by Morrison. And here he is in for the corner. Goes Jamie Petford. Brilliant work from him. And turning defense into attack. A 95-meter try. That's what we've come here to see. And here's the tackle from Percival. Set up the try. Nimmo did really well. And I think that's what they were talking about. Did he come from an offside position?
The player was not over the ball. The ball was available. He came through the gate.
Run onto it beautifully did Campbell Busby. And the inside pass to Jamie Pitford, and
they're doing well to flood defensively.
Pirina Bandara is the go-to man once again.
Use it!
And this time they take it towards the middle of the line.
No!
Straight over the top goes Jared Percival, not a place where you usually find your 10. And that's been, looks like trouble. Looks like trouble. It was cynical, wasn't it?
Just too many in the red zone. Sri Lanka want to attack New Zealand. Getting themselves in bad positions. He's got no choice here, the referee.
There was a ball with Dan Letty. That time he had an opportunity as Sri Lanka set it up. On
and
the
he's
line,
over.
and that's a try.
That's a try. And the first try scored for Sri Lanka by the hand Wickramaratne. Macy Cotton, a schoolboy, the hometown lad, gets the first try, and you can see they're pumped. And the crowd loves it. 12 points to 5, Sri Lanka open their scoring.
A brilliant stuff from the hand Wickramaratne to get underneath the ball. Isipatan, a schoolboy, local club rugby boy. He plays for Kandy Sports Club. All these spectators here know him.
You could tell the pavilion liked it from the moment he hit it. Nigel Ratwater. That was the hooter for the quarter. As they look to wind up one last time before the break. Nicely done that time by Francis Morrison. Finds the back of the hand offload, and in for the corner goes Ben Megson. Lovely little offload that time from the vice-captain Josh Gillett. And it was the break from Morrison that did it really. And Sri Lanka just picking themselves up a little too slowly.
Ben Megson's run some great lines all day, but take nothing away from the support line of Josh Gillett. He was right there, knew when to time the pass, and Megson with an easy finish. Yeah, do not underestimate the work the Papare has done in bringing live sport to Sri Lanka.
Lots of options now for appearance. Here's Leahy again, but he gives it to Morrison. Morrison dummies. Morrison goes into the 5. Can he reach over? Just short.
No hands.
Presents nicely. Sri Lanka's defense have to fold. Wickramaratne waits at the base, and unfortunately been knocked on. Has it? No, it hasn't.
Time off.
Let's see what the referees decide. Ooh, there was a little hand. There was a sneaky little hand.
What I have is a ruck is formed. Number 7, who is in the ruck, and off his feet, plays the ball out the 9's hand. It's cynical, it's a yellow card.
Given the marching orders this time, will have to spend 10 minutes in the bit.
Miza gets around and tries to disrupt, and he does well. Gillett now, been carrying strongly all evening. The frames, here's Leahy. Leahy goes over. As soon as he got the ball, you knew that he was going to get over there. He's never been short of the gain line today, and Jack Leahy gets a decisive score for New Zealand just before half-time.
Right underneath the post.
Terrifying. Clement, can we please get a time check?
Absolutely brilliant stuff from New Zealand.
Carries straight and hard. Rifan, inside ball from 1 second row to another. Navin Marasinger, but it's beautiful work over the top from Jared Dutoy. But not rolling away was the call. Dutoy was good, but the tackler wasn't. As Nick Devala hushes, and it's good. You could see the crowd from behind the goalposts erupt there as the skipper puts it straight through the uprights.
And then dropping straight to forward, they have the
first score of the second half.
A couple of faces going at them, they've built up a lot of confidence.
Sri Lanka making a change in the front row, beautifully taken by Tilinda Bandardo, who goes down like a ton of bricks.
Oh, it was a clumsy challenge. It's going to result in a card. Asiata's going to go to the bin for that. Yeah, he's got no complaints. Just got himself in a bad position.
Straight over the top goes a New Zealand player. He has to get out of the way, which he does. Ratwata with a nice flat ball. Beautiful pass on from Tilinda Bandara. And Navin Marasinger. Jack Leahy does well to get out of the way. Janidu now smashing into the tackle, but that looked like it might be a little neck roll as well. Surya Bandara puts the little chip kick in for Jayatu Rajaratne to chase. Well followed by Francis Morrison, and he has been the best New Zealand back in attack. And Petford now gets through the first line. He's got support, got to look for it though. Nice tackle by Kavindu Pereira, who gets across nicely. Francis Morrison, can he find Busby? Yes, he does. Shahid Zumri did well to shepherd, but in the end, oh, Jared Percival. He will hold his head in his hands, the skipper. The try line at his mercy, and he dropped it cold. Gordon Hall, Roland. Just short of the 22, Sri Lanka defending for their lives, but a nice show and go, and Asiata once again stepping back in field, and oh, Jared Percival regathers and scores. He will want to make amends for the one he dropped by the corner flag, and you can see his relief as he manages to not cough it up a second time.
Oh, the Light Bears will be losing it. High school old boys out of Christchurch. Fantastic club. The captain's over. He's spilt one already. Almost came up with a second, but he's managed to regather and dive under the post. Sri Lanka got themselves in all sorts on attack.
Sorry, 23 is Peter Schwartz, who's gone into the second 5'8" position, I think you call it in your part of the world, Scotty.
That's right.
First center here where we come from. It's a wonderful tackle, a wonderful run, but spilt the ball. Here's Harrison. Lovely ball from him. Eamon Riley, and that's a lovely offload as well. Francis Harrison will get over. But what superb play from Eamon Riley.
How about that for a first touch?
Well, there's so much to love about that play, and there's been so much to love about Francis Morrison today. They're pretty pumped up in the crowd. Families here watching. Morrison is captain Twinkle Toes, and he deserves a try today. He's been setting them up for everyone else.
Bedford recovering from his shoulder injury, still going. Putting his head down, Simon Sear. Gordon Hull. So that's a beautiful show and go from Eamon Riley. Manages to find Francis Harrison, unselfishly gives it away to Pasia Asiata, and he scored in the first few minutes of the game. And it's been a long while coming, but he scored again.
Just magical work.
Again, they've shortened up the pack who are defending in the back line for Sri Lanka. They have done for most of the match. It shouldn't be there. That's not your defensive play in that situation. And the loose forward trio for New Zealand has been sensational today. 6, 7 and 8.
Treeby. Here he is, Purden, one of the men that's been talking about, still going. Oh, that's a beautiful ball. What a line from Francis Morrison.
He's not held.
Incredible. Morrison delivering from all corners. He's led New Zealand at the start, and he's leading them through the game. Absolute terrific stuff.
Josh Gillette today is my Commonwealth Bank Commercial Bank player of the match.
Well, the two Joshes have covered themselves in glory, and New Zealand have made themselves a 50 points to 10 runners-up winners in this first test against Sri Lanka. The New Zealand under-85s playing their first match as a representative team. They may not like it, but they are the small blacks, and the Nittiwala crowd has engulfed them completely.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The end result is in. It wasn't to be for the Sri Lankan Tuskers.
Well, it was a 50-point drubbing, but you wouldn't look at it. You wouldn't think it looking at the way the crowd has reacted. Pasia Asiata getting congratulations from a member of the crowd. New Zealand under-85s in their first match as a representative team, as a team that have been awarded the Silver Fern, the highest honor in Aotearoa, and it is a fitting start to their campaign as weight class ambassadors.